I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and part 2 of a dogfight battle between the HTC One X Plus and the Samsung Galaxy S3 starts in just a second. But first, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile, because they give us cool smartphones like this that we just turn around and give to you for free on the site at PhoneDog.com. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile to get either of these devices, you won't deal with rebates. You'll walk out the door paying the after rebate price. You can walk out paying whatever the case may be, $49 or $99 or $199. I know they've got some great offers coming up for the holiday season on both of these devices, so check them out at Best Buy Mobile. Let's take a look. One X Plus, Galaxy S3. Which one's the ultimate Android phone this holiday season? It's time for a dogfight. Fight, 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 fight. Part 2 starts right now. It's part 2 of a really challenging dogfight, and you know I say that on video quite a bit, but these are really getting harder and harder because these are great devices, and it's becoming less and less of which one's better and more of which one's better for you. Because honestly, these devices are all top-end, high-end, awesome smartphones that you're going to be happy with for at least a couple of months in today's smartphone market. But these are great devices all around. Really pleased with both of these. I would own either one of these personally in a heartbeat, and it becomes a challenge to issue kind of a winner or a gold medal bearer in a dogfight. But you know what? It's based on features overall, and it's getting harder and harder. That said, we'll talk about some of the pros and cons and hopefully make a good decision based on that. This is the One X Plus. If you didn't catch part 1, go back and watch part 1. But One X Plus, an evolutionary update of the One X, announced earlier in the year, released on AT&T in the States, packing some decent specifications to boot. A 1.7 gigahertz quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor, 4.7-inch HD 720p display, 8 megapixel camera on the back with 1080p HD video recording, a 2,100 milliamp hour battery, and then cool stuff like a polycarbonate shell. Not bad at all. Then the Samsung Galaxy S3, 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU, so dual-core versus quad-core, but 1 gigabyte over here versus 2 gigabytes of RAM. 8 megapixel camera with 1080p HD video recording, 2,100 milliamp hour battery, 4G LTEs, the 4Gs on both, AT&T over here, Verizon over here, and on all their awesome devices. So it's a tough call. The real winner here, 64 gigabytes of internal storage. The winner here, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and Samsung's TouchWiz user interface. Love or hate the design, it offers some killer little tweaks and software customizations that really make it an awesome device. And the availability across 5 carriers in the US, based on the way we buy cell phones in the US, really makes this device hot for the holiday season. Let's take a look here and jump into web browsing and take a look at PhoneDog.com on both of these. And what do you know? It's already loaded up because these are dogfight phones. These phones have been tested and tested and tested some more. So 4G LTE loading up. AT&T loaded up a little bit faster, but then again, Dallas is quite the AT&T market. Pinch to zoom responsive on both of these devices. This is not an area by any means where you see 4G LTE connectivity, or I should say, 4G LTE speed overall, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 2 gigabytes of RAM, making any huge difference. Where you see that is in games and in moving quickly back and forth between tasks. That said, pinch to zoom responsive, portrait to landscape, as good as you would expect from high-end devices. No problems there. Minor differences to the browsers. Got your tabs up here on both, though. A little bit of a different look and feel. That said, no real changes to the browser department there. Let's take a look at quadrant standard. This is going to be a little bit of a difference though. Quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 over here, dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU over here. But again, I really encourage you to take this with a grain of salt because these are not indicative of day-to-day performances. One may have a killer score, they may be close, but I'll tell you in day-to-day use, both of these are awesome devices all around. Now let's talk a little bit about call quality on both of these units. Call quality is pretty impressive all around. I found that the earpiece is a little bit louder on the One X Plus. That said, love the overall call quality over here. The battery life is better on the Samsung Galaxy S3 over here. Battery life, 2,100 milliamp hour battery, as is over here. For whatever reason, it works better over here. I find that 11 to 12 hours is what you can expect out of a Galaxy S3. I'm getting like 9 to 10 max over here in the One X Plus. So it's an awesome device all around. That said, it still needs some work in the battery life department. So quadrant standard loading up and completing over here. Let's do this. Benchmark result, proceed. 7,476. So a really nice score of 7,476. You can see that quad-core processor at work. Over here, NVIDIA Tegra 3. And then over here, we've got 5,250 over on the Galaxy S3. So a little bit of a different performance. Again, grain of salt, keep it in mind. 2 gigabytes of RAM over here. I have to find this one to be a little bit faster in day-to-day performance, even though this one has a killer processor that works really well in games. We'll take a look at that with ME Infiltrator, as you can see right here running on EA, or thanks to EA games. So we're going to load this up. Speed test, 4G LTE on Verizon promises 5 to 12 megabits per second of download speeds, 2 to 5 megabits of upload speeds. Let's take a look over on this while the game is loading, and you can see the graphics. So really impressive all around. I should not have to install. Let me see here if I can. I don't want the live wallpaper. I just want to see the game. Hopefully we can get some graphics. And you can see impressive Verizon scores over here. 14.82 megabits per second on the upload. About 5, so well in advance of the 5 to 12 they quote. And then in the upload speed, 2 to 5 is impressive all around. So resume, chapter select, bonus missions. You can see really impressive graphics. We can resume the game a little bit so you can take a look here quickly at the graphics. And it's loading up. So impressive scores over on the Galaxy S3 side. And you've got some cool features like the video player, which I don't have any videos, but if I did have a video, you can play a video up in the corner. And you can see those graphics are really impressive, but they're going to suck battery life like it's nobody's business. So keep that in mind. You got a Tegra Zone if you want to download additional games as well. So let's do a speed test over here while we're talking about the Galaxy S3. I was hoping that I could kind of flip those back and forth and see how well I could do it, but so far, as well as I thought I could do. So let's take a look at AT&T's LTE scores while we're talking about the video feature over here. One of my favorite features is kind of a feature I didn't use on a regular basis, but I do find it to be relatively functional, is the video player. If you're watching a video that's already in here, the thumbnails will move around, and you can click one, play the video, and then you can kind of detach it out and move it around the screen while you're doing other stuff. So it's the ultimate multitasking device, if that's your thing. Over here, 17 megabits per second, 17.88 on the upload, 7.85 megabits per second. So really impressive speeds over there. And last but not least, let's take a look at the camera on both of these. 8 megapixel shooters, image sense over here. Samsung has got a nice sensor over here. Also, and some pretty killer features that I really like, including S-Beam, which sounds gimmicky, thought it was gimmicky when the device came out. One of my favorite features about the Galaxy S3. I carried the Galaxy S3 for 6 months. I'm on the iPhone 5 challenge right now, but I'm either going to go back to the S3 or the Note 2. Most likely when I'm done. We'll see what happens with a 30-day challenge, but really impressed with this feature, and I miss it every day when I'm using the iPhone 5, the S-Beam feature. It's easy to move pictures back and forth really quickly between devices, and granted, Android Beam's been around forever. That's nothing new, but the way that Samsung has marketed it and turned it into a device-based feature and made a story around it is really where it's going to be successful on the Samsung devices. So S-Beam, really impressive. You can share videos, playlists, music. I use it at least a couple times a month, if not more. I used it twice last week to transfer pictures really quickly. It's a nice feature to have all around. So we're going to take pictures here. Let's find the Scotch tape because I'm shipping some stuff out. So I've got Scotch tape. So we're going to focus in on some text. Really impressive images on both of these devices. There's the Scotch. There is the Scotch. Not the Scotch that we like, but the Scotch tape. And we got tilt to zoom. We can talk about that in a little bit. But you can see overall image quality really impressive all around on both of these devices. I'd have to give maybe a slight edge in overall image quality to the HTC device. Where it makes up, though, on the Samsung side, the features. So camera, really negligible on both of these devices. I've been impressed all around with both. Bam, let's take a look. There we go. Been really impressed with both of these. Really, really impressed all around. That said, the features on the Galaxy S3 pull it ahead in the camera department. The image quality overall, maybe a little bit better on the One X Plus. So if you're looking for that raw image is just fantastic, go with the One X Plus. If you're looking for more features, some cool features which I'll show you in just a second, things like burst shot, HDR, smile shot, share shot, and buddy photo share, go for the Galaxy S3. What I like about some of these features, share shot, buddy photo share, things like that, I can walk into a wedding, I can have 5 friends with Galaxy S3s, we can set it up beforehand, I can take 100 pictures, they can take 0 pictures, and when we all walk out of the wedding, we can all walk out with 100 pictures. That's really cool. It's great for weddings. You use it a lot more than you think. I thought it was a gimmicky feature as well. Find those really, really useful. And you got a lot of the same camera features like the One X Plus, things like burst shot and things like taking pictures while recording in 1080p. So great features all around there. So, you know, it's a tough call, and really when I declare these Dogfight winners, it's even hard for me because I would carry both of these devices personally, and I like them both. There are things I love. I love 64 gigabytes of internal storage. I absolutely love the software over on the Galaxy S3. I think this is the best implementation of Android that we've seen to date. It's impressive. It appeals to mainstream consumers. The device is a powerhouse. It appeals to both mainstream and high-end tech users. It really is kind of the be-all to end-all Android device. What I like about this, impressive storage. HTC has been around forever in the Android world. They've got a great implementation of Sense now. Sense 4 Plus is fantastic. Really a nice-looking user interface. and then Android 4.1 comes out of the gate. Whereas on the Galaxy S3s, you've updated to Android 4.1 from Android 4.0. That said, there has to be a winner of the dogfight. The winner, and we're talking like way narrow margin here, the winner of the dogfight is the Samsung Galaxy S3. If I could award a best device of 2012, it would go to the Galaxy S3 just for the combination of features it brings to the table. It's really impressive. The software is impressive. The availability across all carriers is impressive as well, and that's something HTC has got to work on if they're going to continue to be successful in the US. They got to stop this carrier exclusive stuff and get something like the One X Plus on AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile so everybody can experience in it and not just AT&T. Once they do that, they'll be more successful. That's one of the reasons why this has been so successful combined with a great marketing push, but I'm really impressed with the software on this device. This one, the Galaxy Note 2, they've done a great job. You may think it looks aesthetically ugly. I'm really impressed, though, with the little features where I'm like, you know what, that should have been an Android from the very beginning, or at least for the past year. It's an impressive device all around. It narrowly wins the dogfight, but honestly, I think you'd be happy with either one of these devices. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage on both of these units, the One X Plus, the Galaxy S3. Let me know what you think. PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter. My personal Twitter account is Aaron C. Baker. I am leaving PhoneDog at the end of December, so if you want to talk to me after that, tweet me at the personal one. I'll have access to the PhoneDog_Aaron one until December 31st, so hit me up at either one of those or on Facebook at facebook.com/PhoneDog. Let me know what you think of both of these devices. Let me know which one you thought should win at one of those social networking mediums that I just talked about. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.